Am I the butthole for not cleaning up after my shower to prove a point? Hi, we recently moved to our new house. All good except for this issue. Whenever my husband takes a shower, he leaves the bathroom wet. And I mean slippery wet. I talked to him about it. Did a PowerPoint presentation about it with the help of my son's photographing skills, reminded him about it. No avail. Still, nothing's changed. Our youngest son would run to the bathroom barefoot, yes, and might slip since the floor is wet, soapy. He didn't see how wet it was cause I end up cleaning, not for him but for the kids, so the kids could use it safely. Last week before he used the bathroom, I went in and took a shower, then I got my stuff and got out. He was in a hurry. He immediately walked in with his shaving tools saying he had an important meeting with his buddies at the restaurant and wanted to get there first. He suddenly stopped talking and started yelling, "What is this? What the hell is tea? Why is the floor wet?" He looked disgusted, saying I should have cleaned up before getting out the shower. I stood at the door with my eyes rolling so hard I was brain dead for 6 seconds. The hypocrisy. He was barefoot and looked quite disgusted, saying he couldn't spend another minute with his feet on soapy, wet floor. He immediately ran out and went on to lecture me about how unacceptable that was. I told him that's what I deal with whenever he takes a shower. He tried to argue back, saying it was just me using excessive amount of water, but I told him it's the same outcome. He threw a fit about needing the bathroom floor clean, so he could shave and then go to the restaurant ASAP. I handed him the mop and told him it won't take long to mop the floor clean, then I went to get my clothes. He was upset but cleaned up, got dressed and left. He texted saying he was the last to show up. They had a bet that the last one to show up at the restaurant pays for half their meals, and told me the moping I made him do because of my shower cost him XYZ amount of money, and to add insult to injury his buddies were laughing at the reason why he was late and were basically mopping the floor with his integrity. I was too busy with the kids to respond. Plus I thought he'd need time to calm down. But still, he got home and kept brining it up, making me feel bad. Not the butthole. You aren't a maid. The fact that he expects you to mop up after everybody, but throws a toddler temper tantrum when he's given a taste of his own medicine is insane. It's strange how many husbands just expect their wives to be maids/clean up everything. Why I don't have one. I didn't get a master's degree to be someone's maid. Happily partnered, but hun, have you considered the maid option yourself? There are many a fine man, woman, flying purple people eater, whatever tickles the fancy, who would make the best house husbands ever. Some of us enjoy cooking, cleaning, bill paying, childcare, and life organizing a hell of a lot more than going to work. I just managed to fall in love with a lady who's disabled, so one of us actually needs to make some money, laughing out loud. There is an anime on Netflix called The Way of the House Husband. Yo. I need me one of those, someone so incredibly dedicated to the well-being of his wife and home, laughing my butt off. I would have very happily done that with my life. I find it so fulfilling. Getting up and going to work for 40 hours is draining, but I can happily spend 60+ hours cooking, cleaning, organizing, managing, building house projects, etc. I just can't stand the typical work environment. It's why I bought a farm. Same. I've had a couple of brief periods in my life where I was able to just focus on my home and caring for my partner, and they were some of the happiest of my life. You are just like my husband. He loves being Assad and doing all the house things. It works well for us. Is that the one about the former Yakuza member who's really into cooking and cleaning? Yep. It's basically a direct take from the manga. House Husband is freaking awesome. Me and my boyfriend love it. We're going through the live-action version now, laughing out loud. Yes, some people will accept the maid role. But it seems original poster's husband just A. expects original poster to clean up everything. B. can't even clean up for himself. Or you can just marry a guy who isn't like that? I'm married, and my husband does not expect me to be a maid and clean up everything. My dad was also cleaner than my mom/did more cleaning. You don't have to marry a dud. Live with them before marriage and see how it goes. There's also lots of awful women one wouldn't want to be married to. I'm 35 and finding one of them is like finding a needle in 100 football fields of hay. Or so it seems. I cook and clean with gusto, so I'll send my resume. Seriously though, are dudes not given chores as kids? Is this a cultural thing? My mom and dad had me and siblings coring it up as soon as we were able. It's cultural, but also consider the people original poster's spouse is hanging out with. If they're really giving him crap over this, no wonder he's a misogynistic child. In fairness, the crap could be more like, dude, you're late because your bathroom was wet? Mopping takes like 5 seconds, just do it and move on with the day. Ah, the bathroom was wet? Does Whittle by Wee not know how to work a towel? Still annoying, but doesn't necessarily have to be the blatant get your wife under control type of teasing. I don't have a master's. But I, 35 NB pansexual, have made the mistake of dating cis-hetero men. I end up the breadwinner, cooking and cleaning. While they either don't work or work less/make less and do nothing. I'm just beyond fed up. I'm going on my own soon. It all happens by magic. This week our dishwasher motor blew, and with a full load to boot. Now, I did take most of the dishes out and hand wash them, but he finished what I thought was the remaining, after he pulled it apart. Next day, after I cooked dinner, he opens silverware drawer and call out, "Where the hell are all the forks?" I reply, "I guess they must be dirty and still in the dishwasher, so the magic elf didn't fill the forks back up." Funny that. I ended up emptying and hand washing what he forgot. Now we have forks. The magic elf has returned. Huzzah! It is amazing when you just stop all the nothing that you do for one day and see the shock and amazement. Edit, not the butthole, also Mota now. Like the? Equals. Web link. Like the? Equals, yeah, that one is epic. DD. Web link. It's crazy how someone can grow up seemingly without contributing or at least appreciating the contribution of those around them. How can people be so self-absorbed that they think houses clean themselves? It's probably how they were raised. It's why I always pay attention to a guy's relationship with their mother. A nice healthy mutual respect is usually the best sign. This is generally speaking, of course. Not only that, but he expects her to feel bad because his friends laughed at him for the temper tantrum, too. Dude, they're laughing at you, not original poster. That part is inexcusable. He's saying, boo-hoo, I expect you to clean up after me every single time I take a shower, and my friends laughed at me for being late because I had to clean up after myself for once, boo-hoo. Yes, not the butthole at all. Original poster, stop cleaning up after him. Every time he walks out of the shower, walk in, show him the floor, and a mop. Tell him you let him know how gross and unacceptable it is to leave it that way the one time you did it, and you agree. From now on we clean up after ourselves. Info: is there something wrong with the shower? The water should be contained to the actual shower area, not fill the bathroom with soapy water. It's possible this is not a typical Western style. Some countries have the whole bathroom tiled and don't have a separate shower, but rather the whole thing is the shower. That's what went through my mind. If not, there's a bigger problem. I have those bathrooms, but I do not have this soapy mess problem? Maybe they have a drainage problem? Also, bathroom tiles are non-slip? Also, just throw the man out. Yeah, when I had one, I just used a squeegee to put most of the water down the drain. Those are called wet bathrooms, but they function almost like a shower but with a tub as well. But that part should be decided by a partition of some kind so it functions as a shower and a bathtub. I've seen them with and without tubs. Mine did not have a tub. Many I've seen do not. Yeah, but does no one use a bath mat to absorb the initial water getting out of the shower? This whole post sounds like it could be solved by any type of absorbent mat or towel left on the bathroom floor. I am more fascinated with their shower and their drying off methodology. Like when I get out of shower, there is basically zero water outside the shower. Do they just jump out of the shower as the water is running? Do they not use towels and floor mats? Why is there soapy water outside the drain, let alone shower/tub? If the whole room is the shower, is it not slightly tilted towards the drain to collect the water? Hey user SusanD357, can you post a copy of that PowerPoint? Reddit link. The most confusing part to me is the soapy water outside the tub. The soap should all be washed off before exiting the shower. If it's not, I'm pretty sure they're doing it wrong. Wet feet and dripping when you don't use a bath mat causes puddles. Puddles, sure, but from original poster's description it sounds like the whole floor is wet. That seems extreme. You might be surprised how far the puddles can spread when someone isn't paying attention. I have a bath mat, and yet my son manages to step past it every time he showers. And then gets water all across the bathroom. One of my flatmates manages to get water from end to end of the bathroom. I have no idea why. I think she must turn off the shower, jump immediately out and walk around wringing out her hair. This morning there were 2 vaguely foot-shaped puddles on our bathroom scales. Who weighs themselves soaking wet? If it's not a huge bathroom but an average-sized or larger man, it happens. Especially if the man has lots of body hair that holds moisture. This used to happen with my husband until I showed him how I towel off in the bathtub to avoid thoroughly soaking the bath mats. Why aren't people drying off while still in the shower? Dry everything from the waist up, dry one leg, step out with dry leg, turn and dry the other. No water on the floor. Yeah, but the water coming off of you when you're done showering shouldn't be soapy though. But she said it's soapy too. This was my first thought. My floor is never wet after a shower. What are these 2 doing? Or do they have a bathroom where the shower doesn't have a wall/curtain separator and just gets everything wet? I'm wondering why it's all soapy. You're supposed to rinse off before getting out of the shower. At the very most, some suds on your feet if your shower is slow to drain. If you don't have a shower curtain, you buy a rod for $10 and put one up. Thank you. Mine too. Wet and soapy. What the hell kind of shower leaves the whole bathroom wet and soapy after every shower? Do they not have a curtain? Seriously. Grown-up pro tip, dry off in the shower. After you turn the water off, grab your towel and dry yourself off before you step out of the shower stall. No wet floor. Seriously, is there no bath mat outside the shower to stand on while you towel off? Even if there wasn't, the whole floor shouldn't be wet as original poster describes. Baffled by this whole question. Not the butthole. Rando interwebs stranger opinion. It sounds like you're married to a giant effing child. 1000%, I sit here all single and can't believe some of the people who actually manage to get partners. Maybe it's just Reddit, but yikes, it seems there are a lot big babies out there. Not the butthole. What a toddler. People keep telling me there's a cis hetero man out there for me who isn't. If there is, he is hiding like a needle in 100 football fields of haystacks. I've dealt with so many losers, I'm going on my own soon. I also need therapy to get my ish together. Not the butthole. It's a good way to prove your point and show him what you deal with. The saying is put yourself in someone else's shoes, but you put your shoes on him forcibly because he refused to show empathy. You're a fake bot that harasses random women for their OnlyFans. Not the butthole. Your husband is being a self-centered AH. He doesn't care if his kid could get hurt in the bathroom, but heaven forbid it slow him from visiting his friends. His priorities are out of line. Call a plumber and find out why the water isn't staying in the shower. Get a shower mat for when you step out of the shower. Seriously. Not the butthole, but what is actually going on with your bathroom floor being covered in soapy water after every shower? That is not how it's supposed to work. I am also very confused about this. The shower soaks the entire bathroom floor with soap and water situation. Is the entire room the shower? Is it like one of those Japanese bathrooms where it's just all tile and a drain in the center of the room? What is happening? Flushed face. Can I please get an explanation of this bathroom situation? How is the floor getting so wet and soapy when you get out? You wash the soap off and then get out. I don't understand. Also, this is not a sarcastic information request, I just feel like an idiot right now for not understanding how this is working. You're not an idiot, there are a lot of confused people in these comments. I'm more confused as to why they don't have non-skid bath mats so the kid doesn't run in, slip, fall, and crack his head on the floor. Given the way the bathroom is set up, as I understand it, there are two options. A. Do as original poster does and clean the floor after every shower. B. Put down non-skid bath mats. I don't need to sleep, I need answers. I am also confused and wondering if he is just not closing a shower curtain or not turning the water off before he gets out or something. All I do before I step out of the shower is wring out my hair, and I don't flood the bathroom floor with whatever water was left on my body. Also, a bath mat or even towel to step out on could help. And do they really have to completely mop the bathroom after every use? That sounds exhausting. Obviously they should each clean up their own messes, but there's got to be a better way. Bath mat, towel, something. Not the butthole, poor guy. Him having to help out around the house by cleaning up after himself. I wonder how he's able to survive this? He sounds like a massive butthole and with zero accountability. How exhausting it must be for you. Not the butthole. How do people get to the point of a relationship where they agree to marriage, but they still haven't worked out if their partner is actually a partner in their relationship? This dude sucks by the sound of it. Info: are you putting the shower curtain liner, if you have one, inside the tub, so that the water sluices down into the tub, and not onto the floor? If not, how is this happening? Walk-in shower with no door, tub wall. Not the butthole. He's an adult, and if you're telling him that something's dangerous for your kids, he should change that immediately. It's so hypocritical of him to scold you on something you rarely do and that he does all the time. Not the butthole. I am continually amazed by the sheer lack of self-awareness in things like this. You proved your point and hopefully it'll change the behavior. The hypocrisy is mind-blowing. As an aside, if my husband was bothered by something I routinely did to the point of creating a PowerPoint, I change the behavior because I love him and it's clearly an issue for him. Please ask your husband why he doesn't care enough about you or your kids to change this minor issue. Info: I'm very interested in what kind of bathroom layout y'all have that results in getting soapy water all over the entire floor without some kind of wild flailing involved. Even in bathroom layouts I've seen where the shower is just a designated section of the room and isn't defined or sectioned off, generally a well-draining shower won't end up flooding the whole dang room. Overall, not the butthole. Everyone should clean up after themselves and it shouldn't always be your job. That's especially true when it's such a safety hazard. I'm just curious as to how this has become an issue at all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.